I am shooting this video on the 14th of May 26. I have been waiting for the breaking news announced by Mark William Thomas, but nothing happens. Did he just open his crack to burst out hot air? Two new witnesses came forward within 48 hours after 3 years. I think he was just set up. Let him prove otherwise. This channel backs Peter Faulding in his quest to challenge and expose the people behind this huge cover-up. Everything I say today that's important is my own opinion based on my own findings. I did extensive calculations around the Fitbit and iPhone parameters over the last weeks. You will be interested in what I found. Let's dive straight into it. As you could see in the intro, there are many paths in the field. For now, we are only interested in Nicola Bulley's morning routine walk, the routine she applied over and over again. It was not quite the same on that morning, the 27th of January, but we are getting there later. You can see in this map I've prepared for you all the paths in the lower field. That's the lower field here, and this is the upper field. Lower field and upper field are divided by this hedgerow here. People still mix it up, and I don't blame them for it, because it's been even mainstream media mixed it up, as we will see in a few minutes when we look into a Daily Mail article. And in the upper field we've got, as you see, lots of different paths. Even here around the horseshoe loop, you've got there is an inner path and an outer path. The inner path is the more prominent one. I'm only going to use the inner one. And Nicola Bulley's morning walk routine is the red line. And this is all based on the Strava data. This is the Strava data map that has been published at one point. It shows not just her walk, her drive to the school, and then her walk to the kissing gate, and then in the lower field, in the upper field, the loop, and then the way back. And I figured out the way she walked, the exact way she walked it, and that's based on the Daily Mail article. We're coming to this. And that's the way she walked it. She came to the kissing gate, and then that was my initial mistake. She did not walk diagonal across the lower field. She turned left from the kissing gate. She took that turn here, and then she walked diagonal across the upper field. And then she did not walk it clockwise, she walked it anti-clockwise. She walked it this way around. And then she came back, diagonal across the upper field, and then the way back to the kissing gate, diagonal across the lower field, and then out of the kissing gate. And no contact with the river, and no contact with the bench. With the kissing gate, yes, but with the bench and the river in this corner, no contact. And we're getting to the first of all to the Fitbit parameters, and then the iPhone parameters. Fitbit recorded 4,518 steps between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Manchester Evening News reported 4,548 steps. I used the figures communicated in the inquest and made known to us by Chris Ness, who was in the court. And Chris Ness listed these figures. You can see these figures here in his work. The work he called The Abduction and Murder of Nicola Bulley, Part 3. And about halfway down in his work, he lists the step counts he picked up from the inquest. He did this in his work, as I just showed you, Part 3 of The Abduction and Murder of Nicola Bulley. That's when Chris Ness was still good. In the meantime, he, in my opinion, he's lost his way, especially since Truth Finders has clipped his wings. But we leave it at that. I don't get mixed in with these kind of things. I copied these steps from Chris Ness's work into here. You can see it from 8 o'clock to 8:15, 718 steps. From 8:15 to 8:30, 813 steps. From 8:30 to 8:45, 912 steps. From 8:45 to 9 o'clock, 841 steps. From 9 to 9:15, 961 steps. From 9:15 to 9:30, 273 steps. In total, according to Chris Ness, 4,518 steps. As I say, Manchester Evening News reported 4,548 steps, 30 steps more than what Chris Ness reported. And we do not bother with the first two steps, from 8 to 8:15 and from 8:15 to 8:30. From 8:15 to 8:30, we ignore these steps because she was in the car from 8:26 and until 8:34 she was in the car. She arrived at the school at around 8:34, and from the house she left 8:26. And how did these steps come into being? The 7:18 and the 8:13 steps when she was in the house. It's the housework, because Fitbit translate every move of your wrist into a step. So she had the morning carnage, as Paul Ansel called it in his interview, when she it's clothing not just herself but also the kids, and get the girls sorted, Willow sorted, probably Paul sorted as well. There's a lot of activity in the morning, and with one, two, three, four people household plus a dog. So these steps came into being through the housework. And we are interested from 8:30 to 8:45. That's 912 steps. And these 912 steps and the rest of them, they are not contaminated by wrist movements around housework or anything, because she was in the car from 8:26 to 8:34. And these steps will be real from when she dropped off the kids at school. She might have used some steps outside. Well, she will have used some steps outside the school in a school car park to the school door and back, but that doesn't fall. That doesn't. It does not interfere with our investigation. Now then, Fitbit shows 182 meters to 200 meter movement between 9:15 to 9:30. That's the 273 steps. 182, that's my calculation for the 273 steps. And the 200 meters is what police calculated. We're coming to this later on. So 273 steps have been calculated, has been translated into 200 meters by police, and are translated it into 182 meters. Then a further Fitbit parameter at 9:22, her heart rate peaked. Fitbit represents its data in 15-minute intervals. After 9:30, no further steps recorded. And that does not mean that the last step was recorded at 9:30, because it represents the data in 15-minute intervals. The last step could have been taken at 9:25, 9:28. But as I say, Fitbit represents it in 15-minute intervals. Fitbit also produced data until the 4th of February 23, 8 days after her disappearance. That's very dodgy, I must say. 8 days after her disappearance, Fitbit produced faint data as if her heart was still beating, as if she was still faintly breathing. And now we're coming to the iPhone parameters. Am I still under? Yes, the iPhone parameters. At 8:34:33, iPhone is at the school. These are the investigations by police. Basically, they established iPhone was at the school at this time. At 8:41 approximately, Nikki walks towards the start of the Riverside path. She's in the vicinity of the bridge, basically. At 8:42 and 50 seconds, Nikki starts to walk on the Riverside path. At 8:46 and 30 seconds, iPhone is within 7.6 meters from the bench, and the phone pings 4 times. At 8:48 and 50 seconds, iPhone is in the lower field, as witnessed by Richard 5. At 8:55 and 16 seconds, iPhone is in a different spot to where Claire Chesham sees Nicola Bulley. That's a red flag, and we're coming to this. Just be patient with this one. iOS data also shows 140 meters covered between 9:14, 31 seconds and 9:18, 20 seconds. Between 9:18:01 and 9:18:11, volume and side buttons are used on the phone for 10 seconds. Normally this would trigger 999 call. I don't think she had the time to think of triggering a 999 call. I found out she was attacked from behind. Someone jumped out of a bush from behind, and all she could do is tighten her hand, and the side buttons were pressed. At 9:20, iPhone was in the vicinity of the bench. There it remained static, no pings for 10 minutes. And now we're coming to my step count analysis. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, Nicola was 5'3" tall, 160 centimeters. For a female who is 5'3", 160 centimeters, the average walking step length is approximately 65.6 centimeters to 67 centimeters. We calculate with 0.6 period. You put it down as 0.667 centimeters. That corresponds to 1.5 steps per meter. So our steps from 8:30 to 8:45 correspond to 608 meters. From 8:45 to 9 o'clock, it corresponds to 561 meters. From 9 o'clock to 9:15 corresponds to 641 meters. And from 9:15 to 9:30 it corresponds, according to my calculation, to 182 meters. Police calculated 200 meters. We differ by 18 meters. The mathematical repeat pattern in these step counts is indeed 1.5 steps per meter, or 150 steps per 100 meters. Nikki walked it very consistent, as you will see. Whether when she walked faster on tarmac from the school to the kissing gate, or at a lower pace in the field, we must take into consideration that from 9:18 and 1 second a different step length might apply, as Nikki was a hostage by then. For 9:15 to 9:18 and 1 second we use iOS data analysis. iOS data shows 140 meters covered between 9:14 and 31 seconds and 9:18 and 20 seconds. I use 140 meters as an approximate figure. We are specifically interested from 9:15 to 9:18 and 1 second. At 9:18 and 1 second, volume and side buttons were pressed. And now we're coming to the first part. From the house to the kissing gate. At 8:26, Nikki leaves her home with the kids and Willow. And we follow this parallel on the Daily Mail website in their article. This article is from the 27th of June 23. It's called Nicola Bulley's Final Hours Laid Bare. And it's quite a comprehensive article. That's why I use it. So we go down to 8:26. Here we are. Nikki leaves her home with the kids and Willow. At 8:34 and 33 seconds, iPhone located at school, and a Mercedes seen on police dashcam. Police dashcam was operated by PC Tom Hicks, or Hicksy as I call him. And at 8:34:33 to 8:41:38, witnesses and CCTV place Nikki at the school. Let's see if this is in the Daily Mail article. 8:30. Yes, here it is. You can see it. Witnesses and CCTV place Miss Bulley at the school as she drops off her daughters. So there is CCTV apart from the dashcam from PC Tom Hicks. There is CCTV from the school car park, and there are also witnesses, fellow parents. She chatted with in the school car park, and that clarifies the matter. Has she dropped off the kids? Of course she has dropped off the kids. And I also found this in another article. You cannot find these things with a Google web browser because they are hidden. They have been deliberately hidden as the road name has been changed. But in the beginning of the Nicola Bulley case, it was widely known. Where was it again? I have to maximize this one in order to see it. Yeah, 8:40. They put it down as 8:40. Bulley dropped off her kids at St. Michael's School. And here it is. Investigators said Bulley chatted with several people in the schoolyard, then began walking a short distance over the riverway to the river fields. These articles are hidden. I had to use DuckDuckGo web browser in order to find this one. But in the beginning of the Nicola Bulley case, this was widely communicated. She chatted with people in the school car park. So yes, she dropped off the kids, and she also began her walk towards the bridge. Because the next point is 8:41. Oh man, Daily Mail is full of adverts. I see it. Yeah, we're back. And it changes the web page, and I'm glad when I'm out of the Daily Mail website again. I just use it as a correspondence to what I've put down in my document. So 8:41 we need now. 8:41. 8:41 approximately. Can you see it here? 8:41. David Hall passes Nikki in the vicinity of the bridge. And here it says, witness David Hall passes Miss Bulley, who is walking north across the road bridge over the wire towards the start of the riverside path, confirmed by her mobile phone data. Yeah, it's Nikki walks towards the start of the riverside path as confirmed by iPhone data. So David Hall is our first witness. He knew Nicola Bulley. They all know each other in this small village. And then at 8:42 and 50 seconds, iPhone confirms Nick is starting to walk along the Riverside path. Let's see if we find it in the Daily Mail. Page 8:42 here, along Riverside path. And 8:46:30, iPhone pings 4 times near the bench with an accuracy of up to 7.6 meters. This is here. And what else have we got? Yeah, we're at the kissing gate now. That's our first part done with. It's 8:46 and 30 seconds. We're here in the article, and these documents, they have been hidden, so that the case, so nobody can really work out, has she really dropped off the kids? Was Nicola Bulley actually in the field? It opens up the way for speculations, or she was murdered the night before, and Emma White walked the walk. None of this is true. Of course, Nicola Bulley was in the school car park, dropped off the kids, and then walked towards the kissing gate, as witnessed by David Hall, and later it was also witnessed by Richard Fife and Claire Chesham. But we're coming to this in a few minutes. Now, what we're gonna do now is we have to establish the 912 steps from 8:30 to 8:45. We're looking at 608 meters. We're looking at 608 meters. From the school to the kissing gate. The school is here. The kissing gate is up here. So what we're gonna do is measure the distance now. We start here. We're at in the vicinity of the bridge now. That's 204 meters to the bridge. And in my opinion, she must have left the school car park at 8:39 in order to pass David Hall at 8:41, because it takes 2 minutes to get there. And then up here and onto the Riverside path. And we're at about 6. We come to exactly 600 meters from the school car park to the kissing gate. We've got 600 meters, and according to my calculations, 608 meters. We couldn't do it any better, my friends. So we've got the first part sorted. 608 meters. The steps are correct. The conversion into meters is correct. And we're getting to the second part now. We've done this from the house to the kissing gate. Oh, I want to show you. I nearly forgot. I always fucking bottleneck. The bottleneck. This is the bottleneck here. The maps from the school. I colored it in for you. Past the church, over the iron bridge, onto the riverside path. That's in this vicinity. The yellow arrow is where she must have passed David Hall. He walked south towards down here, and Nikki walked up north and then onto the river side path and towards the kissing gate. So that's our first part done and over with. Now we're coming to the second part, which is from the kissing gate to the secret beach. And we need to be at 8:47 in the Daily Mail document, which is here. 8:47. Richard 5 leaves the upper field and walks past the red brick building towards the kissing gate. He sees Nicola Bulley turn left into the lower field with her iPhone held in front of her. Nicola Bulley walks the other way, but their dogs run over to each other and Richard 5 calls his dog back. This is illustrated here in the Daily Mail article. You see here Richard 5 walks towards the gate. He passes the red brick building. He sees Nicola Bulley coming in through the kissing gate. She turns left into the lower field, and now we know the way she walked. She did not walk a diagonal across here. She walked. She turned left over here and then this way. And Hans said the location data shows Nicola's phone in this area, where the circle is, at 8:40, 8:59. So that's Richard 5. iPhone is in the lower field as witnessed by Richard 5. We've got this covered. 8:48 and 50 seconds. 8:52. Richard 5 leaves the field via the kissing gate. Yeah, and he sees Nicola Bulley a last time in the lower field. Nicola Bulley is still here. Richard 5 leaves now at 8:52. She's still in the lower field. 8:52 and 53 seconds. Nicola Bulley receives WhatsApp message from her sister, still in the lower field. That's in here. 8:52, 53. She's still down here. Nicola Bulley receives a WhatsApp message from Louise Cunningham, that's her sister. And Richard 5 is... Nicola Bulley sends message to her boss, still in the lower field, at 8:53:36. That's in here. She sends... Nicola Bulley sends an email to Ben Pocchiaccio, that's her boss, and at 8:54, that's when Richard 5, at 8:54 and 27 seconds, that's when Richard 5 is in allotment lane, and he's caught on CCTV, as you can see here. Let's see what comes in. Yeah, 8:54:27, Richard 5 caught on CCTV in allotment lane. At 8:55 approximately, Claire Chesham comes through the kissing gate. and sees Nicola Bulley with Willow reaching the hedgerow dividing it from the upper field. That's important now. 8:55. Claire Chesham, another school-run mother, walking her dog, reaches the lower field and can see Miss Bulley with Willow approaching the hedgerow dividing it from the upper field. This is now important. 8:55 and 16 seconds. We need this. I think this is the illustration I was looking for. Claire Chesham, 8:55. She comes through the kissing gate. She enters the field at 8:55, and she sees Nicola Bulley around this area. That's the hedgerow that divides the upper field. That's the upper field from the lower field. And now, at the same time, police investigations locates the handset of Nicola Bulley. At 16 seconds later, 8:55 and 16 seconds, they located in this area, and that's a red flag. Claire Chesham sees her here, and police iPhone investigations locate her in this area here, and they mix it up in this article, as I say, in this area of the lower field. It is not a lower field, it's the upper field, because we just established the hedgerow divides the lower field from the upper field. This is the upper field. Sometimes I wonder if they do this deliberate to cause confusion. And then Claire Chesham continues her walk. At 9 o'clock she's in this spot, and Nicola Bulley is somewhere in the upper field. I can tell you where she is at 9 o'clock and 1 minute. She is, as indicated here, she's at the secret beach. And that's what we're gonna do. iPhone. That's what we're gonna do now. We measured the distance from the kissing gate to the secret beach. Yeah, at 8:55, 16 seconds, iPhone data places the phone close to the river in the upper field, a completely different spot to where Claire Chesham sees her. There seems to be a problem with phone tracking in the upper field. So who would you believe? Here it is. Claire Chesham comes in here. She sees Nicola Bulley over here. Police investigation. Handset is over here. I don't trust phone tracking in the upper field, because none, apart from witness statements, we have no reliable information where the phone was when she was in the upper field. At 8:59 and 8:38 seconds, that's when she was already close to the secret beach, sends a message arranging a play date, and at 9:01 and 5 seconds, Nikki joins the work Teams meeting. And we're going back now to our calculations from 8:46 she's at the bench, but we calculate from 8:45 to 9. We need 561 meters. We need to have to establish how Nikki walked from the kissing gate forward. What did I say? It's 561 meters we need. And we're gonna measure this now. Gonna start here. Bear with me. It's got to be done. And I put a reference point here. Now, did she walk it clockwise or anti-clockwise? We tried clockwise first. I know it's not, but I still do it for you, just to see. We're getting 469 meters. What we're looking for again? 561. 561. We're 100 meters short. So we're going back to our reference point at this junction and make our way forward, this time anti-clockwise. Then we know, and if we're getting to 561, then we know we're on the right track. I use the inner path. As I told you, there's the outer path, but I'm using the inner path, the more prominent one, more widely used by walkers. Oh, 570 meters. 570 meters, and we needed 561. It's still good. It's good enough. 9 meters difference. That's as good as we can do it. That's how Nicola Bulley walked to the secret beach between 8:45 and 9 o'clock to the secret beach. And I've got another color map for you. First of all, this is another one. This is Nicola Bulley turns left towards the lower field. That's where she's spotted by the purple arrow represents Richard 5, where he sees her. And he comes from the upper field, passes the brick building, and sees Nicola, passes the hedge, and then sees Nicola Bulley turn left in here, and then he continues and gets out of the field at 8:52. At 8:54 is in allotment lane. So the purple line is Richard 5. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, they pass each other. Nicola Bulley is over here, Richard 5 passes her here, but the dogs keep running over to each other. It's in the Daily Mail. Article somewhere. Cannot find it now. At 8:52. It's got to be around 8:52. I cannot. There it is. When Richard 5 sees Nicola Bulley turn left, Nicola has her phone out in front of her. Richard and Nicola's dogs run over to each other, and Richard calls his dog back. So Richard is here, Nicola walks along here, the dogs come running over to each other, and Richard 5 calls his dog back. And that's what I put in. The purple line is Richard 5. He sees her turning into the lower field. And before he leaves the field, he sees her one more time in this spot here. as confirmed by iPhone data. And then Claire Chesham, that's the blue line, she comes into the field at 8:55, and she spots Nicola Bulley in this spot here, where the yellow arrow is. But at the same time, 8:55, police established iPhone data that she is in this spot, and this is absolutely a red flag. This is wrong. I think iPhone tracking in the upper field, you might as well forget it. And later on, Claire Chesham is seen along here. Claire Chesham walks along here at 9:08. She must have been here, and Nicola Bulley was here at 9:08. At 9:10, Claire Chesham is here, and she sees Nicola Bulley the last time in this spot here. And this is Claire Chesham's walk. She walked it similar to Nicola Bulley, but she did not turn this way. She walked it along here. And then we know she walked it back out here. But we do not know how did she get from here to here. And I suggest she walked it along this purple line, where she saw Nicola Bulley at 9:08 is the yellow arrow. She saw her here, and at 9:10 she was here, and she saw Nicola Bulley in this spot. And this is now the map where I colored it in. From the kissing gate, Nicola Bulley walks along here. She walks it anti-clockwise to the secret beach, and it's 9:01 when she dials into the Teams meeting, and from then on she walks on. But where did she walk from then on? And at 9:01 she is here, and Claire Chesham is supposed to be here. And now we're coming to the time from 9:01 to 9:15. The time from 9 o'clock to 9:15 is the longest distance. We're dealing with 961 steps, which corresponds to 641 meters. And there, from Secret Beach to 9:15, 9:05 to 9:10, approximately, Claire Chesham sees Nicola Bulley walking in a loop around the upper field. Where did I get this from? In the Daily Mail article, 9:05 to 9:10. Here, 9:05 to 9:10. Mrs. Chesham sees Miss Bulley walking in a loop around the upper field. It is the last confirmed sighting of her life as Mrs. Chesham returns back up the riverside path. And where did I get this from? 9:08, Claire Chesham sees Nicola Bulley in the vicinity of Roan Water, close to the river. That's where I got it from. 9:08. 9:08 and 31 seconds is when Christine Bowman is moving from direction of the field to allotment lane, but Christine Bowman is of no interest in this case. Claire Chesham walks along here, and at 9:08 approximately she sees Nicola Bulley in this part of the field here. Can you see it? And then at 9:10, Claire Chesham is down here, and she sees Nicola Bulley in this. This is the last confirmed sighting of Nicola Bulley. So she walked from here down to here. That's where I got this from. 9:10 sees Nicola Bulley doing and at Claire Chesham at 9:10 sees Nicola Bulley doing a second loop of the field and is behind Claire Chesham. This is the last confirmed sighting of Nicola Bulley. 8:46 to 9 o'clock, 9:01 to 9:15. No, that's too early. That it is. Where did I put? In here. Claire Chesham's movement. What we've just seen is we've seen Nicola Bulley at 9:08 in this spot. Claire Chesham saw her there. At 9:08, Nicola Bulley is here. Claire Chesham is here at 9:08, and at 9:10. Nicola Bulley is here, Claire Chesham is here. And Nicola Bulley clearly walks from here to there. And she is now at 9:10. Claire Chesham is here and Nicola Bulley is now doing a second loop. The second loop would go, she's behind Claire Chesham. She would go around the horseshoe loop again, behind Claire Chesham. And we're now going to establish the longest distance in Nicola's walk. 641 meters. We need 641 meters, my friends. And then we know where she was at 9:15. Right, 641 meters. Can we do it? Yes, we can, says Bob the Builder, because I know where she walked and how she did it. 9:01 from the secret beach. How many meters do we need again? 641. We need 641 meters. And we can do it. That's the way she did the first loop. I have to concentrate here because this is important now. When she was in this spot, she was already being watched. I can tell you this. Can you see the truck? Yeah, I can see it. I can just make it out. Can you see the truck? Yes, it goes around here. And then it follows. Around here about. She walks around here. We need 641 meters. Then we know where she was at 9:15. One step back. This is. I have to get this. I have to get this right here. One step back again. There, we've almost had it. That's it. Done. That's where Nicola Bulley was at 9. Have we got it right? 641. Yes, 641 meters from 9 o'clock to 9:15. That's where Nicola Bulley was at 9:15. This spot. Memorize this spot. See these two bushes here. One bush, two bushes, and it's in between these two bushes, but on the track. That's where she was at 9:15. 9:15. And obviously I've colored this in for you. From 9, from 8:40, from 9, this is the one. This is the truck she moved from the secret beach up here. Claire Chesham, remember, Nicola Bulley is here at 9:01. Claire Chesham is around here. Claire Chesham walks from up here down here. Nicola Bulley walks at the same time from here to there. So they pass each other. Nicola Bulley on this side and Claire Chesham on the other side. She walks north, Claire Chesham walks south. Nicola Bulley does the loop. Basically follows Claire Chesham now. And that's where the first spot where she was spotted, at the yellow arrow at 9:08. And at 9:10, she was spotted here by Claire Chesham. She does the horseshoe loop, and here she is in between the two bushes here. Can you see it? That's where she is at 9:15. And at 9:15, exactly at 9:15, Claire Chesham walks out of the kissing gate onto the towpath. From 9:15, Nicola Bulley is alone in the field. Nicola Bulley is here. Claire Chesham is here at 9:15, but she's soon gone. And 2 minutes later, she's CCTV'd on in allotment lane. Now we know where she was at 9:15. We go back to my script because I have to concentrate on these things, you know. From Secret Beach to 9:15. From Secret Beach to 9. We've got this one. We're coming to the last one. From 9:15 to 9:18 and beyond. Where's my Daily Mail article? It's here. From 9:14:31 and 9:18:20, iOS data shows 140 meters covered. Where did I get this from? It's from here. Movement from top field to bench around this time. Fitbit shows 200 meters movement between 9:15 to 9:30, 273 steps are calculated 182 meters. iOS data shows 140 meters covered between 9:14, 31 seconds and 9:18, 20 seconds. And forget this is fucking bullshit here, what they did here. This is to in order to brainwash you. Nicola Bulley didn't walk along past the brick building. So we established where I got this from, because this Daily Mail guys, they got their information from the Daily Mail journalists got their information from police, obviously, because the whole article is based on the inquest session. They would have gotten their information via backhand or whatever. 9:18:01 to 9:18:11, volume and side buttons are pressed on iPhone. Nikki is under attack, in my opinion. Everything I say, I repeat this, is my own opinion. And this attack lasted 10 seconds. From 9:18 and 1 seconds to 9:18 and 11 seconds. From 9:15 to 9:30, Fitbit shows 200 meter movements. 273 steps according to police. In my opinion, it's more like 182 meters. The way police must have calculated it, 200 meters divided by 273 steps. It's 73 centimeters per steps, and that's a bloke's step length. It's they couldn't stretch it anymore. They stretched it for a reason. I'll tell you in a minute. I calculated 182 meters divided by 273 steps. That's our a previous known 0.667 centimeters per step. That's a normal step length. And from 9:15 to 9:18 for this 140 meters, Nikki would have used 210 steps to cover 140 meters. 140 divided by 0.667 centimeters per steps is equals to 210 steps. From 9:18 to 9:30, it leaves 63 steps. 273 minus 210 is 663 for the remaining 42 meters. 182 minus 140 meters, 42 meters. If police is correct, 200 minus 140 is 60 meters. From 9:18, Nikki was a hostage, therefore the step length may have changed. Fitbit presents its data in 15-minute intervals. It means that the last step may have been done at 9:30 or earlier. And I think I'm finished with my script here. I should also be finished with the Daily Mail. We'll put this away now. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna calculate where Nikki was at 9:18 when she was attacked. Remember where we were. At 9:15, we were about here. If police are correct, then she would have moved this. I put a reference point here so we can come back to it later. Then she would have moved past the hedge, past this is the red brick building here, and then by my calculation 182 meters she wouldn't make it to the bench. By police calculations 200 meters, and now you know why they stretched it. They wanted to get as close to the bench as possible, but this is all fucking wrong, because Nicola Bulley did not walk along here. She followed her normal route, which is diagonal across the upper field, and then she would have walked diagonal across the lower field to the kissing gate. And how far do we get with 140 meters, my friends? We got 144 meters. That's why I started a bit fucking hell. I started a bit off. I was too close to the second bush. We have to start here. That's better. I was off a bit. Because normally it works. My mouse plays up, sorry for that. Yes. Spot on, 139.84, that's 140 meters. That's where Nicola Bulley was at 9:18 and 1 second. And her normal way would have taken her at this spot here. That's the spot where the hedgerow divides the lower field and the upper field, and it draws very close to Rowan water, and it leaves only a gap in between. And I have coined this spot the Bottleneck, hence the title of this video. And in my opinion, you have cracked it, you old bastard. Les professeurs des grandieurs.
Doctor, please. Oh, miss, I'm in. Doctor, please. Oh, miss, I'm
Let me color this in for you. Uh, 9:01. She starts from the secret beach. She does the loop in the upper field, where Claire Chesham sees her doing the loop between 9:05 and 9:10. We've been there before. This is where she was seen at 9:08. This is where she was seen at 9:10. This is where she was at 9:15, and that's where Nicola Bulley was at 9:18. And at 9:18:01, she was attacked from behind. She took a left turn here, turned her back towards these bushes here, as you can see, and she was attacked from behind. She could not think about lodging a 999 call. Sorry, launching a 999 call. The only thing she could do is tighten her hand, and the side buttons were pressed. And it's in this spot where Willow and Nicola Bulley were separated. And in my opinion, Willow was sedated in this corner. And the evidence, the decoy, that's Willow and his harness and the lead and the iPhone. They were then taken diagonal across the lower field, placed at a bench, where it was, where all were placed at around about 9:20, and Willow regained consciousness at just before she was found. Penny found her at 9:33, and she was found being giddy. And where did Nicola's journey went? Actually, I thought I'll leave this for the next session, but I'll show you the other map as well. Show you the other map. This is the same. This bit here remains the same. 9:18 she was here. Nicola and Willow separated in this corner at 9:18 and 1 seconds to 9:18 and 11 seconds. She was under attack. She still had her iPhone. She desperately clinged to her iPhone. She tightened her hand, but eventually it was taken out of her hand after 10 seconds. And Willow and Nikki were separated in this corner. Willow most possibly sedated, put in a sack, that's my opinion, and transported, carried across here to the bench. Nikki's journey went, the orange line is in here, and this way. And yeah. Let's calculate. Not calculate. Let's apply the final. What have we calculated again? 104. We've got the 140 meters. 63 steps for 42 meters. Or if it goes police's way, 63 steps for 60 meters. We differ by 18 meters. So let's apply this here. In my opinion, they wouldn't have taken her up the embankment in a straight way. They would have went diagonal and remained out of sight from both the field and Rowan water. This is about the distance here. If we calculate with 40 meters, 42 40 or 2 meters, still 2 meters short. Have I got this right? Yeah, we need 42 meters. So start again. Fucking idiot, man. $42 meters. That'll do. Takes us close to the tool shed. There's a tool shed there, but we're doing this in the next session. If we work with police's calculation, that would leave 60 meters compared to my 42. I've got a bit more. Yeah, definitely behind the tool shed. You can just make it out here. This is actually number 17, lodge 17. This is lodge 18. And this here is a tool shed. It hasn't got a number, but we're coming to this in the next session. And yes, she was attacked from behind. Someone jumped out of the bush behind her. And this has been mentioned by a few psychics. Is this the correct word? Psychic? Yes, a few psychics have mentioned this, not just the one you've got on your mind, who gives interviews lately. Not just him. There were a few psychics who always pointed this out. She was attacked from behind, from out of a bush. And that's what before we come to the next session, would compile the next one, record it in the coming days. What will it be called? I'm currently working on it. It's called. We speak French in the next one. It's called Rowan Water Déjà Vu. Rowan Water Déjà Vu. Memories about Rowan Water. And you're gonna meet this gentleman again. Remember him? Yes, we worked together on that day. I'm gonna show you photographs about. It was the 24th of February, 23. 5 days after Nicola Bulley's body was officially recovered downstream. I say officially for a reason. And we're going to have a look into lots of pictures inside Rowan Water. And before Curtis Arnold arrived on that day, someone else, Curtis Arnold, as you know, he shot this video, We Search Inside Rowan Water. A few weeks later, he did another one when he went in again with Sammy. But on the 24th of February, he went in the afternoon, and someone else went in the morning. And this someone else shot photographs, and it shows the way in from outside the field and from inside Rowan Water, and it shows also photographs from inside Rowan Water. I've been sitting on it for a while, kept the lid on it, but I have now decided to release these photographs. And yes, guess what's in this box? Yes, you can guess it. And because who puts these fucking pictures in as map? It does it automatically. This is not my choice. Where was I again? Yeah, the bottleneck. If you think for 1 minute there's nothing there in the bottleneck, then think again. There's loads there which you cannot see, but it's in these photographs I'm gonna show you. That's if I not go missing, if you get my drift. I'm gonna show you how to get in, how it looked like on that morning, 5 days after Nicky's body was officially recovered, how it looked from outside the field, how it looked inside Rowan Water, and what it looks like in this corner here. And I have lots more to tell you. I'm gonna use some of Arnold's old footage, some of his photographs. I took snapshots of his videos, and this will all be in the next session, which is called Rowan Water Deja Vu. And before we finish this video, I'm gonna show you some old footage of mine. Where's this fucker coming from? I'm gonna sort this later. The bottleneck maps. Have I got all the maps? I showed you all the maps now. You know about this one now. Yeah, that's where the decoy was planted. The blue line is still Claire Chesham walking out at 9:15, and at 9:20 the decoy was at the bench, and 9:15 Nikki was here. 9:18 she was here. She was attacked. Her way went in there. Willow's way went that way, and with all the rest of the decoy. That does not mean the one who planted it went back there. It would have worked with two would be doable. 3 would be better, if you know what I mean. And I'm now going to show you this corner, which I have shot in a few of my videos. The first one is called The Morning Walk in St. Michael's, which is from the 30th of December 25. We're going to have a quick look into it. It's just a short video clip. We approached the bottleneck here. Here's the bottleneck. That's the hedgerow that divides the upper from the lower field. We are in the lower field, and we're interested in observe this spot, all of this here, when we draw closer. I think you've got the idea now where it's heading. Don't know if you're gonna make yourself familiar with it, but calculation-wise, from step count, that's the way it was. It must have been done. Look, watch this. This is a rat hole here. There's a rat hole where someone would have lurked. There's another one over here. Nicky would have come along here, turned left. Can you see it? We'll look into another one. It's the same, from the same video, the morning walk in St. Michael's, but coming back from the upper field this time. We're coming back from the upper field. We approach. That's exactly as Nicky would have walked it. Through here. And then she would have turned left, diagonal across the lower field. And up to here is still fencing, but it will stop short. Well, it doesn't stop, it goes more inward. Have you seen this spot here? You have to look at this here. Keep an eye on this one. The ideal hiding place. And here's another one. I'll fly through these clips now. The next one is from the 27th of January 26. The prof contemplates with the animals. Watch this. We're approaching it again from the lower field. This dark spot here is this is the way into the gentleman's way into Rowan water, which I'm gonna show you in the photographs I'm gonna release. Look, watch this hole here, this rat hole here. Keep an eye on this one. Nico would have come along here, turned here. That would have been the ideal spot. You can stand two blokes in there, no knee bother, man. Can stand free in there, man. And there's another one coming up. Keep on looking left. Keep on looking here. There's another one. And that's the third clip done. And now I'll show you. Same day, the prof contemplates with the animals. This time I approach this spot from, this is the brick building, and we're walking along the hedge towards the Bottleneck on side of the lower field. Yeah, you have to concentrate on the right hand side here. Nikki's intention would have been to walk up here. She would have come from this corner here. This would have been the ideal. Can you see the rat hole? And that's it. And now the last video clip I'm going to show you is from a walk in the park shot on the 23rd of May 25, and it's the third part 3. It's part 3, and in this video, it's summertime. I come from the upper field from Rowan Watergate. You can see the fencing is here. And then the bush takes over. I'm not sure if there's a fence still behind there. Look at this. There you could see it briefly, and that's the second rat hole there. And this is now the way out of this a secret way out of the field. I didn't pay too much attention. I have to be careful what I'm saying here. And back in May, I'd censored it. I hid it from use because I didn't believe in it at that time. I was concentrating on the warehouse theory. I didn't believe in it, and I didn't want someone to pick up on the idea to use it as a way into Rowan water. But I've since changed since I did these calculations. I changed my mind about it. It was an ideal way to snatch her from and to get her into Rowan water. And we're almost there. And it's where is he? Where's Mr. Tommy Tucker? Oh, here he is. And it was him who told me to look into my old footage again, to calculate things. His name is Sir Tommy Tucker. He's the director on the Professor Moriarty channel. He signs everything off, and I produce it. I'm basically just the lackey. He's the boss. He's from Wingate in County Durham, of all the places. And he gave me some aggro lately because he murdered a pigeon in the back garden. I buried it in the back garden. He dug it back up, had it all over the back garden again. I buried it this time deeper, a few weeks just before that the May Day bank holiday. He broke a magpie's wing. I rushed the magpie to the vet and. They put it to sleep. In my opinion, vets are too fast to put things to sleep. I should have. I blame myself now. I should have kept it and put it into a bird sanctuary. But the wing was snapped. It's a magpie, wild animals. I didn't have to pay anything for it, and I went back and says, "Can I have the magpie? I bury it in my garden." Oh, no, it's already gone. And fucking hell, yeah. I'm one of those who have got more compassion with animals than with people. And I says to Tommy Tucker, "You're a villain, man. How did I end up with you?" Yeah, being from Wingate, Tommy Tucker is a Sunderland supporter. He absolutely hates Newcastle United. He says we beat them home and away, and he therefore wants to finish above them. As for me, no, I'm not a Geordie nor Markham, but I live among them for 32 years, long enough to confuse everybody. I have even forgotten where I came from, but I know all the Geordie boozers, if it helps. Someone suggested to me being from Switzerland. I am therefore not Swiss. The only thing that links me to Switzerland is when I threw Sherlock Holmes down the Reichenbach Falls in Meiringen. Tommy and I don't need your money, nor do we want your coffee. The channel is not monetized. We are gentlemen of means. We swear and play tunes. We do as we please. Producing videos gives us an interest, and we do it for justice for Nicola Bulley.
A long, long time ago, in the land of idiot boys, there lived a cat, a phenomenal cat, who loved to wallow all day. No one bothered him as he sat content in his tree. He just lived to eat, 'cause it kept him fat, and that's how he wanted to stay. Though he was big and fat, all the world was good to him, and he pointed out on the map all the places he had been. Cow, Sardinia, Kathmandu, the Scilly Isles and Sahara too. From when he was thin, he had flown to old Hong Kong and had learned the secret of life and the sea and the sky beyond. So he gave up his diet and sat in a tree and ate himself through eternity.